How to create an Anaglyph 3D text effect in DaVinci Resolve 18.1. Inside your project's Edit window, go to Effects, underneath the toolbox, select Titles, and go to add a Text plus Title filter to your Edit's timeline. With this new edit selected, under Inspector and Title, type in the message that you wish to have appear on your Anaglyph text effect, and adjust the font and size as you wish. Double click on the colour box and change the colour of the font to black. To change the background colour, select Layout, and under Background, double click on the black box next to Colour and select White. Right click on your Text Plus Edit and go to select New Compound Clip. Customize the clip name if you wish, and then click on Create. This compound clip should now appear inside the Media Pool master bin. You may now remove the compound clip edits from your timeline by pressing Backspace or Delete. If you ever wish to change this particular text edit, you can always add the compound clip back to your edit timeline by clicking and dragging from the compound clip thumbnail inside your Media Pool master bin, and then right clicking on this clip and choosing Decompose in place using clips only, so that you can reload your original Text Plus settings, which you can then edit again inside the Inspector window. Ensure that you create a new compound clip with this particular edit again if you make any adjustments to the settings that you've done for your text. In the Effects menu underneath Toolbox, select Effects and go to add a Fusion Composition edit to your timeline. Holding Ctrl or Command if you're a Mac user and press D to alter the duration of the Fusion Composition clip if you wish. Here in this example, I will adjust this from 5 to 10 seconds of screen time. Right click on your Fusion Composition clip and go to Open in Fusion page. Inside your Fusion window, select the Media Pool icon, click and drag the compound clip from your Media Pool master bin into the Nodes panel below to create Media in 1. If we select either the left or right view options underneath this new node, we should see a preview of our text edit above the Fusion timeline. My intention is to create an animation where the text gradually increases in size as the video plays. In order to make this size modification possible, with Media in 1 selected, hold in Shift and press Space. Use the search box at the bottom of the Select Tool window to find the Transform XF tool. Select this and go to click on Add. With this new transform node selected, ensure that you are at the first frame of your animation clip. Here in this example, it will be frame 0, as indicated by the red frame pointer on the Fusion timeline. Go to Inspector, and underneath Transform, click on the keyframe diamond icon next to the size property. Now go to the final frame in your video clip, as indicated by the box second to the end on the bottom left side underneath the Fusion timeline. This will be frame 239. Enter the relevant frame number into your frame pointer box and adjust size depending on how big you wish the text to appear at the end of your video clip. Here in this example, I will set the value here to 1.15. Ensure that the difference between the original size and the value of the size at the end of your animation isn't too big to help set up a smooth and gentle flowing animation effect. With Transform 1 still selected, hold in Shift and press Space, and go to select the Channel Booleans tool, the one with BOL in the parenthesis. With Channel Booleans selected, hold in Ctrl and press C to copy. Deselect this node by clicking anywhere on the empty nodes grid, and holding Ctrl and press V to paste. Repeat this process so that you have 3 of these nodes altogether. Each of these will represent individual colours from the red, green and blue spectrum for your text. Click on the box to the right of Transform 1 and drag your mouse cursor to the yellow arrow of the second Channel Booleans node in your Fusion nodes grid. Repeat the same process for the third node, so that all 3 are connected to Transform. Select your first Channel Booleans node at the top. For user friendliness, so that I know what each colour shade each of these Channel Boolean nodes is referring to from the red, green and blue spectrum, I will select each node one at a time and will press F2 to rename. I will call the top node red, the second node green, and the bottom third node blue. Select the red node, go to Inspector, and underneath Color, to use this node to acquire just the red shade, set to green and to blue to black. Operation should be set to copy, and alpha should be set to alpha FG for each of the 3 RGB nodes. For the green node, apply the black setting to the 2 red and to blue variables, keeping to green set to green FG. And for blue, repeat a similar procedure, applying the black value to the variables with the other 2 colours in the variable identifiers to red and to green. To blue should be set to blue FG. Select your red node, hold in Shift and press space, go to add a Transform XF tool. With this transform tool selected, under Inspector and Controls, decrease the value for Center X. Here in this example, I will enter 0.4975, decreasing the value by 0.0025. Although it may appear here that we are shifting the red text to the left of the canvas, in the final video the red text will appear to the right of the original text instead. The problem with shifting this red shade is that a void may appear between the edge of this colour shade and the edge of your canvas, as we can see here on the preview window. In order to avoid these gaps appearing during your animation clip, change edges from Canvas to Duplicate, so that the white background in our text edit will always fill in the gaps as we shift the red and cyan shades. Select your green node, hold in Shift and press space to add another Transform XF tool. With this new tool selected, under Inspector and Controls, since we decremented the value for setting to X by 0.0025 for red, I will use this value to increment the value here for the cyan colour, so that the cyan shade appears to the left of the original text in the final video. I will therefore set the value for Center X to 0.5025. Again, like what we did with the red colour shade, to ensure that the white background covers the whole canvas outside of our text, ensure that Edges is set to Duplicate. In order to combine the blue node, which will help make up the final cyan colour, first select the green node, holding Ctrl and press C to copy, deselect, holding Ctrl and press V to paste. Connect the transform tool linked to your red node to the yellow background arrow of your duplicated green node. Then connect the transform tool linking your original green node to the green foreground arrow of your new green tool. With this new green tool selected, under Inspector and Color, change operation from Copy to Add, so that the Anaglyph colour shades start appearing. Select your blue node, holding Ctrl and press C to copy, deselect, and holding Ctrl and press V to paste. Connect your duplicated green node to the yellow background arrow of your new blue tool, then connect your original blue tool to the green foreground arrow of the duplicated blue tool. With this new blue tool selected, under Inspector and Color, like what we did with green, change operation from Copy to Add, which should make both the red and cyan shades appear alongside your original text. Finally, connect your duplicated blue tool to the Media Out 1 tool. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that video was useful to you. If you enjoyed the content and wish to be notified about future uploads on this channel, please like, share and subscribe. Join me soon for another video. Take care.